Welcome back, family. This is probably going to be different. I know what you're doing. You're looking at your screen and saying, ED, what's going on with the slide? And hey, I told you for the month of April, for the month of April, we were going to be doing some training. And this training kind of came upon me by accident. Reason why I say came by accident is because I really was looking forward to talking about the project charter, which I'm still going to do. But I really truly wanted to have to talk deeper about this because when I started doing my homework started coming back with a lot of answers and even more questions. So I went on a deeper rabbit hole. But you guys, you don't know the treat that you're about to receive today. I think I'm going to create a series of this. It depends again on how you guys, the love that I get back in return for the homework that I did for you guys. But anyway, let me get straight to it, family. I apologize I'm just excited to be back. I took a day or two off just to recalibrate, and now I'm back ready to deliver. Okay, here we go. How did this come about? Well, it came about because I was getting a lot of comments in the comment section, of course, in the videos, as well as I was having friends and even family members ask me about this Google Project Manager certification. So I got to thinking, I'm like, man, I wonder if this Google Project Management certification is worth it. But wait, family, there's actually more that if you just browse over to just say, oh yeah, the Google Project Management certification, you may miss a lot that today, if you stay to the end, and I'm not going to do you like that. I'm going to do my best to wrap it up and get straight to the point. But no, seriously, family, if you stay through this video, I don't care if you have to fast forward to if there's going to be some slides in here that if I was just starting off as a project, looking to get in project management, and I said, what certification or training should I take? I truly believe today I may be able to answer this. Now I may ruffle some feathers. Well, and okay, that's it comes with the territory, as they say. But I really think today is going to be worth it. Well, with no further ado, let's get into what we need to talk about here. So, um, the Google PM certification. What is that, by the way? So the Google Project Management certification is a valuable certification for those who are trying to get into project management. One thing about this Google Project Management certification is it's really to help out beginners. Beginners, I say anyone from 0 to 2 years. Was going to help you with the terminology because you need to understand the terminology. It's going to help you with understanding how you can be able to lead a project and the different intricacies of that. But we're going to go deeper into that. But from a high level, this Google PM certification is really there for people that are getting into project management or maybe in project management and don't understand the actual terminology. Let's look at uh, now. Let's look at before we even get into that. Let's understand what we're here for. And what we're here for is the CAPM certification. What you mean? That's what we're here for. What I'm saying is that the reason why, and I hope the reason why you're going after to get your Google certification is that so you could take the CAPM or the PMP, but most likely this is more geared towards people that are taking the want to take the CAPM. This should be your plan, and just so we haven't forgot, let's unpack these 4 areas about what's part of the CAPM certification. So for the very first one, we have the exam outline. The exam outline, there's four aspects here. So you have the project management fundamentals and core concept. That's worth 36%. Then you have predictive plan-based methodologies. That's 17%. Then you have your agile frameworks and methodologies, which is 20%. And then to round it off is the business analyst framework, which is one of the newest areas, which is 27%. Now, in order to take the CAPM, this is very easy, very straightforward, not compared to like how the PMP is, because it's just different. There's two pieces here I want you to understand. Either you need to have a secondary degree, or basically like a high school diploma, a GED, um, things like that, or a global equivalence. And then you also have to get 23 hours of education. Now, wait, family, like I told you, if you stay to the end, this is going to get real good. So, all those who've been asking me questions, I truly thank you, because it forced me to go dig deeper to understand what this Google certification was about and how does it align with actually um, the whole project management aspect of things. Because I mean, for the Capm, because a lot of times what we'll see is that we will notice that, like, well, I'm taking this so I can take this, meaning I'm doing the Google certification so I can take the Capm, or the other crowd is I'm just getting the certification because I heard it looks good on my resume. I heard that I'll be able to learn something. I heard that I'll be able to use those that skill set into my next position. So there's a lot of different use cases. So we want to make sure that that we're crystal clear there. All right, let's move on to the next one. So the Google certification. This is the there's a point, and if you haven't seen it, the very first I should say, Coming to America one, there's a point where there was a joke and the guy walks up to him and he was talking to him and he tells a joke about, he said, a waiter came and brought my food and blah blah blah, and then he was just like, and the waiter told me to taste the food. He was like, how can I taste the food? He was like, taste the food. How can I taste the food? It was like, oh, you don't have a spoon. Aha. Aha. So this is one of those aha moments, because when I was doing my homework, family, what I realized is that there's actually three pieces here that I don't think we talk about. I haven't seen anyone talk about it. I checked out a couple of videos, but I haven't heard anyone unpack it the way I'm going to do my very best to unpack it for you today. So there's really three aspects here. So you have your Google Project Management certificate. You have an IBM Project Manager, and these are both professional certifications, as well as the modern project management. Now, let's look at the Google Project Management. The Google Project Management, it consists of 6 courses. It's a beginner, again, still professional certification. The courses, it's up to you. I really hate putting time limits on people to say, well, um, they'll be able to get done between X and X amount. But I'll say it depends if you're working full time or part time, or if you just have a hunger that you like, I don't care if I'm working full time, double time, triple time, I need to get this done. So, what I'm saying all that to say this, family, is that Google recommends it would probably take you 3 to 6 months for the Google Project Management certification. For the IBM, same thing, 3 to 6 months. But the difference is, instead of 6 courses like the Google Project Management, it's 8 courses. Now, this is the catchy one, because I picked this up and I was like, what? I was like, what is this? But anyway, the Modern Project Manager. What is a modern project? So that consists of 4 course series, and this is advanced, and it should take you 1 to 4 weeks to finish. Okay, now we're going to look at, family. Oh, yeah, this is good. You have to ask yourself which one, and I'm not talking about the ladies, I'm talking about which one of the, okay, that was a joke. Which one did you want? The Google PM certification, the IBM PM certification, or the modern PM certification? Let's park here real quick. Now, I just told you about the different certifications. One is the Google Project Management certification, which is 3 to 6. IBM is 3 to 6, and then the modern one is 1 to 4. This is where it's going to get really good, family. And the reason why I say this is going to get really good, when we go into the next slide, I'm going to really unpack this. But this is going to give you your lane, or help you make a very informed decision of which one you should go with, whether the Google PM certification, the IBM, or the modern. At the end of this video, I will tell you which one. If I was starting over from scratch and I just got introduced, I was watching Edward Koch Jr.'s video and I said, man, that really got me excited. I want to move forward and get into project management. I'm going to give you my framework of exactly what I would do. And one of these certifications that I would actually go after as well as something else. So, all right, let's go on to the next slide. What I love about this particular slide is this is where I get a chance to really unpack some of the things. So, as I stated before, the Google Project Management, it has 6 courses. So you have your foundation, project initiating, planning, executing. Then you have agile, and then you have a capstone. With the IBM, it's a little different, and this is why. Okay, I'll save my thoughts to the end. So for them, they have the introduction to project management. They have the project management foundation, which is initiating and planning. Then the life cycle, information sharing and risk management. Then you have project management communication, stakeholder and leadership. Then you have introduction to agile development and Scrum. Then you have project management capstone. Then you have practice exam for Capm certification, and then project management job search, resume, and interview prep. For the moderate project management, you just have project management foundation, which is basically initiating and planning. Then you have the life cycle, information sharing and risk management. Then you have project management communication, stakeholders and leadership. And then you have the actual practice exam. As I stated, the first two at the top here, which is the Google and IBM, is 3 to 6 months. The moderate project management is 1 to 4 weeks. So I know you have some questions. Like, these are some of the questions that I've seen out there that people personally ask me, and I'm going to unpack. I only chose 5. If you like the Q&A aspect of it, I'll go deeper next time. Um, First question: is it worth taking the Google Project Management certification course if I don't intend to follow a career in project management? Excellent question. My recommendation would be you still do it. See, what people forget about project management offers the ability to learn how to coordinate, meaning you have a lot of different things going, or as they say, a lot of let's say plates in a fire or something in a fire. So you have all these things going on, and being able to put some structure, being able to organize it. Also, stakeholders having the ability to learn how to work with people, whether you get along with them or not, and then you guys collaborating and actually moving whatever that project, whatever that thing is, across the board. And just in general, project management is in your day-to-day life. If you don't believe me, here, I'm going to prove it. Do you write a checklist before you go to the grocery store? Okay, maybe you don't do that. Do you write a checklist of the things that you say that you're going to accomplish today? Oh, you probably don't do that either. Okay, how about this? Do you plan, if you say I'm going to go on a trip, and how much it's going to cost? And this is project management, ladies and gentlemen. And I just think sometimes we overcomplicate it. But going back to the question, so yes, I really believe it would be worth your time. I believe it would be very valuable for you. Now, here's my caveat. Here's my gotcha per se, is I haven't taken any of these Google courses, so I can only speak to what I've seen in the reviews, which has been highly reviewed. I may do something for you guys, and I'm trying not to do it because I got other things going on. All right, I'm just going to release. I may actually take these courses just so I can really, because I want to have really good feedback. I mean, I don't want to go off a hearsay or any reviews. I want to experience it as an experienced project manager, just to see what this certification is about and if it's even worth the value. Because when I was coming through this process of going after my Capm, of course Google didn't have it at that time, but I don't know if I would have went towards a Google certification versus going with maybe a ATP. And watch this, family. This is another part that I wanted to talk about as well. This probably might, hopefully, this is going to be too long of a video, but when you get the Google certification, I do also believe the IBM, you get 100 contact hours and so many or educational hours. So that automatically, and that's another thing I didn't know. When I was having people reach out to me, it was like, hey, if I get this Google certification, could I use it as far as so I can apply to take the exam? And I didn't have enough information to answer that accurately. So I was like, well, let me go look. and understand what it's about. Like, what? Let me get some more clarity around it before I give you an answer. So, yes, so you actually, when you finish that course, the Google one for sure, and I do believe the IBM, you get 100 hours. That's a lot of hours, ladies and gentlemen, because you only need 23. But that course must be that detailed that because they boiled it down to 100 hours. So you will get your hours, which will allow you to sit for the test as soon as you go through all the paperwork. As someone with a background in project management and considering a career shift, would this certification be beneficial for me? Again, maybe I'm being biased here, but yes, I do believe it would be beneficial for you because I think it would truly offer you an opportunity for growth. I think it offer you an opportunity to see if this career is for you. See, one thing I am already on the bandwagon of these Google certification is with through Corsica is because you pay I think it's 39 bucks, and you literally go through the course. Like, so you're paying a monthly fee. So the faster you could get through the course, and when I mean faster, meaning that you're retaining the information, you understand the information, um, but you're only paying 30 bucks a month, compared to a Capm course that the lowest is that I've seen it was maybe anywhere from about $10 to about $13, and then at this highest for Capm anywhere from about $2,000 to $5,000. So for $39 a month, yeah, you're getting away very, inexpensive. You're not paying a lot for it. So, but because you're not paying a lot for it, you also want to make sure that it's aligned of uh, I would recommend going and take another CAPM course so you could cross reference the material, because there's going to be things that you learn in that Google certification that you may not learn in something else. But again, they are authorized training partner, and what that basically means, family, is that PMI has gave their Project Management Institute has given them their stamp of approval. They have to go through an auditing process. They have to go through a lot, and they have to use the material from which the PMI has. And so that means that once you become an ATP, authorized training partner, yeah, you're pretty official in so many words. So let's move on to point number three. I mean, excuse me, question number three. Do you think obtaining the certification would be an advantage for someone who's looking to transition from a software engineering to a management role? Ooh, that is key. You know, one of the things I always see people do is I kind of know where they are in their career when they start going to get more education or certification. My question is always, and I used to be like that. I'm kind of slowly getting out of that in a sense, but it's valuable to get these certifications. But my thing is that if you're going after this certification, I wouldn't even say go after, if you've been working in as an engineer, you may want to go after the PMP versus going after the CAPM. But again, it's subjective. I don't know the background and everything like that. So that would be my recommendation. All right, let's move on to number four. If I start with a Google Corsica certification and pursue a CAPM certification, what should my next step be? Awesome question. That's one of the things that I've seen that people are always trying to figure out, what is my next step? And I was like that too, family. When I got my PMP, I was like, what's next? So thankfully, my good friend, my good buddy, Phil, put together it's called Project Management Leadership Institute. And basically, it's all around leadership. And as a project manager, that's one of the things you want to hone down. That's something that you're never going to be a master at, leadership as well as communication. So it's going to be something you want to constantly work on. But I am noticing a shift that leadership is becoming more prevalent versus management. So if once you got your PMP, if I haven't got my leadership course together and everything, I will always refer you to the best of the best, which is Phil, because he'll be able to he already has the material and everything like that going. So but if I have my course in place, I would definitely say come see me after your PMP, and we start doing leadership training. We start doing other training, sales training. And see, a lot of people don't talk about that as a project manager. How can you have influence? How can you, because you got to have to sell certain things, as far as when I say certain things, meaning how can I convince someone that doesn't report to me to stay later or to knock out that task within a certain deadline. So there's a lot of influence, and I say sales, but that's just my point. My last and final question here: are the examination fees included in the course price, or do they need to be paid separately? Another excellent question. You so one thing we always got to keep in mind, family, that the PMI and Google certifications, whether it's a Google certification, whether it's an IBM certification, whether it's a modern certification, these are all certifications that are certifications, but they're not PMI certifications, if that makes any sense. Meaning that in order for you to have to get a Capm, Google doesn't offer Capm. They offer training to get you prepared to take the Capm, but they don't offer the Capm. PMI is the only one. And another thing, where I'm thinking, when you think about these Google certifications, these are more, and I do believe they're going to become more global. But right now, when you look from a global brand, as far as certification, CAPM, PMP, ACP, these are global, and there are many more, of course, PGMP, like it's so many more. These are global certifications. I could go to Africa and I will still be recognized as a PMP. I'm gonna have to do some more homework on, is the Google certification or IBM, or are these more global, or are they more local? Or, and when I say local, I'm referring to that if you had two resumes, you had one that had a CAPM and one that had a IBM certification, and I'm going to work for IBM. Are you going to choose the IBM, or are you going to choose the resume that has the CAPM? So just curious, this curiosity of things that I'd be thinking, family. So if you made it this far, I truly appreciate you. The question, though, that I want to talk about is, what would I do? What would my approach be if I was just starting out? So, as you can see right now, if I was just starting out, I would take the IBM project management certification. Mhm. And let me explain why. I'll make it really short and sweet. You know, I'm long-winded, so I'll do my best. When you look at number 7 and number 8, practice exam for CAPM certification, that is that right there alone, being able, see, when you get ready to take the CAPM, you want to be able to have been taking as many questions as possible to understand the questions. How do I read and interpret the questions? And with them offering a practice exam, that is huge. I mean, because normally when you go get your contact hours, you're normally taking many quizzes, and then you take, it depends on who the trainer is. You may have multiple for 150 question type mock exams, but they offer that as well. And then the other piece is, what I liked is, they help with, now I don't know how far they go with this help, but job search, resume, and interview prep. So they're already setting you up for the next milestone. So once you practice the exam for the CAPM certification, you go fill out your paperwork at PMI. You get a chance to sit down and pass the CAPM exam. You find out you pass. Congrats to you. Now you follow back up and on the IBM project management certification, and see, wait a minute, you mean I have an opportunity for them to show me what tools they're using for job search, for resume, and for interview prep? Oh, this is a no-brainer. So I say all that to say this, family. If I had to make a decision on which certification right now, as far as from a Google standpoint, meaning within the Corsica platform, I would go with that IBM project management. It's filled with so much richness, with regards to, like I said, number 7 and 8. It just really speaks volumes. And also, what I love what they did there too, because they also have a capstone as well. But like I said, I really love what they did with the job search, resume, and interview prep. Because when I got my CAPM, excuse me, when I got my CAPM, I was like, well, okay, what am I going to do next? Do I want to go apply for another job? Do I want to stay where I'm currently at? So being able to have those resources in place really will help you be successful. So, family, I really hope I answered your questions today. This video was a combination of some amazing comments that I received over the past couple of days, whether in the comments of YouTube, also just through other mediums of people just reaching out. I appreciate the love; it really means a lot to me. Hopefully, I'm delivering a lot of value. But to wrap this up, really, in my closing remarks, family, this is what you have to understand. If you decide to go get a Google certification, whether it's the Google, the IBM, or the modern project management, understand and know that you still have to fill out the paperwork to go get your Capm and sit down and pass the test. And but the good thing about it is, again, some of the things I didn't know, you do get 100 hours of education hours. So you've already fulfilled that requirement. And if you have a secondary degree like a high school diploma or a GED or global equivalence, you're good to go to take the test. My only thing is this is probably me being just a little extra sensitive about that. I would probably also take another course that is really focused in on CAPM, like understanding how maybe to answer the questions, how to actually which how should I set up my test? I mean my training period. Meaning, if I'm saying I'm going to invest 3 to 4 hours a day or 2 hours a day in studying, when will I know when I'll be ready? So these type of things you don't. That's why you need a mentor and a trainer to assist you. But anyway, family, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. This was different, so I'm curious to type of see what feedback that I'm going to get, because I'm always testing and experiment. I told you we're going to be doing some deep dive training. I hope this was deep enough for you, because of the fact of I didn't even know this, that there's a Google certification, an IBM certification, and a modern project management. Which one are you going to choose? Until next time, this has been your boy ED. You know my slogan. You know what I say here. I'm gone.